Can the Niners recreate their D-line dominance from 2019 when they had DeForest Buckner? Bosa's coming back. They might be able to keep Kerry Hyder. Eric Armstead might try next season. Javon Kinlaw could improve. Is it possible that they could recreate what they had even without Buckner?
I guess I'll start off on this one. I don't think that they're going to be as good as they were in 2019. And, in 2019, they had 48 sacks. They dropped off to 30 this year. I think they'll be somewhere in the middle of that. I just don't see them being able to recreate that. Dee Ford played a big role in that, even though he only played sparingly. When he was on the field, the 49ers defense got a lot of those 48 sacks. And when he was off the field, those last, over the second half of the season at times, that's when they really dropped off. So, I understand that a lot of that had to do with Armstead being able to be kicked inside. I just don't see it. I don't see the interior pressure being what it was without Buckner in the middle, which, really as well helped to free up Armstead on those one-on-ones to get the sacks that he did. I just don't see him ever being a 10-sack guy again with the 49ers.
Yeah, I think they won't get to the 2019 level, but I think they can improve from the 2020 level, which by doing that, they have Bosa. I think you need 8 defensive linemen to do that. They have 6, in my opinion, with Bosa, Kinlaw, Armstead, Kevin Givens, Darian Daniels, and Kentavious Street. And then you get 2 more. And ideally, it would be a rookie in the first 2 rounds or a Kerry Hyder type, and then another veteran free agent or another rookie. I think you need to add to that. I know Ojulari is a guy everyone loves, and I think they have to improve to 8 and be able to have Armstead on the inside and get an edge rusher alongside Kerry Hyder or another guy like that to improve. But they won't get to that 2019 level because DeForest Buckner is arguably the second best interior defensive lineman in the NFL. I think we would probably agree with that, and it's hard to compete with that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough to replicate the 2019 pass rush. It was such a special unit where you had all different types of defensive linemen that complemented each other so well. Looking ahead at 2021, I don't think Kerry Hyder's the kind of guy that you look to bring in and fill that D Ford role. Right. Marcus Golden's a guy that I've been super high on for a long time. Hassan Reddick's coming off the best years of his career. I like Terrell Basham. That's another name to follow along to. So there's a lot of bargain buy edge rushers that you could look into. You definitely got to look to get more speed in the draft. I'm high on Jordan Willis and Dion Jordan. So there's a lot of potential with the unit. Going back to the interior, that's where the 49ers really excel with DeForest Buckner. I'm high on Kevin Givens too, but that 2019 unit was just so special. I don't see them getting back there in 2021. I think Maverick laid it out very well where they can improve it, take it up a notch or two in 2021 in comparison to 2020.
Yeah, I don't think the Niners are going to have a D-line as good as that for a very long time. What they would have to do to match that, Bosa would have to make a full recovery now. Dee Ford would have to make a full recovery now. Or they'd have to find a replacement for him, maybe sign a guy like Yannick Ngakoue. But that's not it. That's not enough because then Javon Kinlaw would have to start playing like DeForest Buckner. If all of those things happen, then yeah, they could do it. Otherwise, they won't. But the other side of that is they don't have to have the greatest defensive line of all time. Now that they have, theoretically, Jason Verrett or a good replacement for him, they can play more man coverage. They can generate pressure. They can rush 5, and they don't have to have an all-time, all-world defensive line. Also, one thing, the fact that they don't have to play Solomon Thomas anymore. That guy got way too many snaps the last few years. His backups were always better than him. So maybe the fact that there's actually a clear path for Kevin Givens to get on the field now, although Javon Kinlaw's blocking him. But some of these good backups could get on the field. It still should be an excellent defensive line. That 2019 was probably historic in Niner franchise history.
I have one thing to add real quick. I'm following along to the comment section, and people are asking if I meant to say Carlos Basham. He's a prospect.
Terrell.
Terrell Basham's the guy on the Jets that blew up Mike McGlinchey, and he had the best year of his career, only 3.5 sacks or so. But he's a bargain buy guy coming off the edge, and that's the 49ers need to pile
Mike
up.
McGlinchey isn't really much a market
distinction. Of course, but I'm just saying.
The thing about Basham,
49er fans will know who he is. Yeah.
If you go back and read the Peter King expose on the 2017 draft, Basham was someone the Niners wanted, and they got taken ahead of him. So he's all up in there.